And the Russians continue to attack major cities here. Over the weekend, their largest attack on Ukraine from the air.
On October 5th, 2024, the skies over Ukraine witnessed something terrifying. Russia unleashed its Okhotnik-B long-range attack drone, and the world was left in shock. Silent, deadly, and almost impossible to detect. This is how Russia's long-range drones are changing war, making pilots rethink what it means to fight. Hold on, because once you hear what these drones can do, you'll never look at war the same way again. Imagine a giant bird with no tail, wings wide as a passenger jet, built not of feathers, but of black, radar-absorbing skin. This is the Okhotnik-B, Russia's most powerful stealth drone. Its name means hunter, and once you see its teeth, you understand why. This beast can carry 2,000 kilograms of bombs and missiles inside its belly. That's more than some fighter planes. And it can fly 6,000 kilometers without stopping. That's far enough to leave Moscow, fly across Europe, and still return home. But here's the real twist. It's not alone. The Okhotnik-B is designed to fly side by side with Russia's Su-57 stealth fighter jet. Think of it like a loyal wingman, except this wingman feels no fear, never tires, and can be sent straight into the most dangerous air defenses first. No pause for a second. What happens if this hunter loses control? In October 2024, one of these drones was reportedly shot down by Russia's own Su-57 jet after it malfunctioned over Ukraine. That's right. The most advanced Russian drone, worth nearly $200 million, was destroyed by friendly fire. Imagine the panic in the control rooms when Russia realized Ukraine might get its hands on the wreckage. So what secrets were inside that fallen hunter? And did Ukraine ever recover them? Before we answer that, we need to move to Russia's next shocking design. If the Okhotnik-B is the hunter, then the Grom, which means thunder, is the hammer. But here's the truth. Russia showed not one, but two very different Groms. The first looked sleek and stealthy like America's QX-58 Valkyrie drone. The second? A jet-shaped beast with sharp wings, a tail, and a roar that looks more like a Cold War fighter than a quiet stealth craft. Why two designs? Simple. Russia couldn't decide what it wanted more, speed or invisibility. The new Grom, shown in 2024, was built for raw power. It could carry 2,000 kilograms of bombs, including anti-radiation missiles that hunt enemy radars like wolves sniffing out prey. The Grom might use the same engines as the MiG-29 fighter jet. Yes, a drone with fighter jet engines. That means it could go nearly as fast as the very planes it's supposed to support. What is Thunder's true job? Russia says it will fly in front of manned jets, soaking up the fire from enemy air defenses. Picture it. A Su-57 sneaks in behind, while the Grom takes the bullets, the missiles, and the radar locks. It's a suicide shield, except it's not alive. But will Russia ever build it in numbers, or is the Thunder just a storm cloud that never rains? Now, from Thunder, we move to something quieter, slower, but no less dangerous. In the wide blue skies, imagine a drone that doesn't sprint, it waits. It circles for hours, even days. This is the Altius, Russia's answer to America's famous Reaper drone. At first glance, it looks almost normal. Twin tails, long straight wings, propeller engines. But here's the shocker. The Altius can carry 2,000 kilograms of bombs and missiles just like the Okhotnik. But it can also spy for hours across thousands of kilometers. Think of it as both a sniper and a spy satellite, except much cheaper. When it first flew in 2019, people laughed. It only flew 32 minutes that day, barely reaching 800 meters. But Russia kept building. Today, it can fly missions to hunt radars, command posts, and even missile launchers, striking targets from 120 kilometers away with glide bombs. But that's not all. The Altius is said to have electronic warfare gear, meaning it could jam enemy communications and radars while attacking. Imagine fighting in the dark, your radar's blind, your radio's silent, while this propeller drone drops bombs on your head. Terrifying. But there's an even bigger question. In Ukraine, where Russia floods the skies with cheap Shahed drones, will the Altius become a rare golden bullet? Or will it disappear under the weight of cheaper, dumber drones? Next up, Sirius, a watchtower. With wings stretching 20 to 30 meters wide, this drone is massive, built to stay in the sky for 40 hours straight. That's almost 2 days without landing. At first, Russia showed it off in 2019 as just a model, but by 2023, the first flight was real. By 2025, it was already part of Russia's plan for border patrol, Arctic watching, and of course, strikes over Ukraine. Not only this, Sirius can carry everything from small guided bombs to fuel-air explosives that create a giant fireball sucking all oxygen from the air. That means anyone hiding in bunkers or caves doesn't survive. And the amazing part? Sirius is meant to replace the need for satellites in some missions. Satellites are expensive and predictable. You know when they pass overhead. But Sirius? It can just circle for days, watching, waiting, and feeding live data back to Russia's command. So what happens when you mix a hunter, thunder, an eye, and a watchtower? That's where the war in Ukraine comes in. Drones in Ukraine, a new kind of war. When Russia invaded Ukraine, its jets struggled. Ukrainian air defenses armed with Western missiles shot down planes faster than Russia could replace them. So Moscow turned to drones. At first, they borrowed Iranian Shaheds, cheap kamikaze drones that buzz like flying mopeds. But soon, Russia built its own giant factory, producing 6,000 Shahed-type drones a month. And you know that each Shahed costs about $20,000 to $70,000, but the missiles Ukraine fires to stop them can cost up to $3 million each. That means every time Ukraine shoots, it loses money, while Russia spends pennies. But the long-range drones, Okhotnik, Grom, Altius, Sirius, are something different. They are not just cheap, they are strategic weapons. Imagine hundreds of small Shaheds swarming, while one Okhotnik sneaks in under the chaos to hit a key radar, or a Sirius circles for 40 hours, feeding every movement of Ukrainian troops back to Moscow. This mix of cheap swarms and heavy long-range attackers is rewriting the playbook of modern war. However, experts say Ukraine may already have pieces of these advanced drones, studying them, learning their secrets. If true, could Ukraine turn Russia's own technology against it, or even share those secrets with NATO? So think back to history books. We read about the tank changing World War I, the airplane changing World War II, and the missile age defining the Cold War. Now we are in the drone age. For the first time, wars are fought with machines that don't fear death. They can be launched in the thousands, used to confuse, destroy, and terrorize. And Russia, for all its delays and failures, is showing the world what happens when you mix cheap swarms with advanced long-range hunters. But here's the haunting question. If drones can replace pilots, and if thousands can be built each month, what happens to the future of war? Do we enter an age where battles are fought with machines while humans hide underground? Or does this open the door for even more terrifying weapons? Swarms guided by artificial intelligence, striking cities before anyone can stop them. And the one thought in every capital from Washington to Beijing is the same. What happens when these drones spread beyond Ukraine's skies? But here's the thing. Russia is not the only one. The United States is building drones just as powerful, maybe even more advanced. So if you think Russia's drones shocked you, wait until you see what America is preparing. Click right here and watch our next video on how the US is not behind in drone warfare. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.